Hey Virgo, how you doing? So I thought I'd do you a love reading for Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus for the rest of, well, from now guys, so it's the 16th, so I'll try and list it in the description. From the 16th to the end of the month, so November now till the end of December, Virgo. So you've got the Hangman in reverse, Virgo. Shouldn't be in reverse because all the cards should have been put upright, unless they come out that way. So Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. So you got the Ace of Swords and the Seven of Cups. Virgo. Options. I mean, not really. Someone's not using their intuition, or they are. See, the Hangman talks about enlightenment and trying to find the answers. But the Hangman is a very tricky energy because it's stuck either way. It's still hanging there. It seems to me like the Sun, finding clarity like the Sun. I know that seems like enlightenment on the Hangman, but because it's this way up, it feels like the Sun is behind. So you could be dealing with a Pisces, maybe. Pisces, that's you're either seeking a truth from a Pisces or they are you, and someone has a lot of options and confused. See, because the 7, this is the 7 deadly sins here, death, rebirth, the 7 deadly sins and the 7 chakras. So I have to talk about it because I'm trying to get this out of the way. But I do a lot of work with dark and light ascension. Okay, dark workers. We walk towards the light of time, how it was created. So please check out my channel so I don't have to keep going over things. But I'm going to try and put a playlist. But I do a lot of motivational speaking. But 7, you see, 7 of Cups talks about Vedic astrology as well. But basically our North and South Node. 7 deadly sins, the 7 chakras that run through the body of pulling yourself together. Okay, but Lucifer, but because it's my life path number, you see, Lucifer in life does the most amount of work because it's restriction and control. It was the great sacrifice of God sacrificing Lucifer to go below. Okay, so everything that's grown evil, basically anything, money, attachments, trees, you know, the tower, it's Lucifer's tomb. You know, and because of that pull of from so above, so below, we are pulled below and we live in purgatory and we learn to go up. Okay, so this is basically your astrology. So it's karmic illusion, so it's karma, but it can mean that someone's got options and they're trying to figure out, you see, because it's sins, the 7 deadly sins. So hopefully you'll find this, which is called 7, and it's my life path number. So hopefully you found this, and I'm trying to give you clarity of finding the truth. But basically, someone, as we'll see through the clarifying cards, but trying to seek the truth, feeling stuck but not really sure, but trying to find the light of day, trying to seek the truth of karma, karmic illusion, and having a rebirth. You could be dealing with a Scorpio, Sun, Moon, or Rising. You can have this in your chart or their chart, and this can either be you, Virgo, or them. You know, it's general, so you know, you've got to be expansive and think outside the box like Pisces do, okay? Or any sign. Mutable. I mean, Pisces are mutable, okay? And you are too. You're Virgo, right? Opposite end of Pisces, opposite scale. I have a lot of Virgo friends. So let's see. Stop. So I've got the King of Swords. We have got the Queen of Swords, the King and the Queen, the Ace of Wands, and the 6 of Pentacles. And underneath, that's what I was saying about the Devil's Tomb. To me, this is purgatory, okay? And it seems like, to me, okay, like this is inside of the tower that's created. This is inside of the tower. And there can be a lot of dark energy. I don't never get a good energy from this card because this can be satanic in a way, okay? Because it's 3, you know, 3. But either way, this talks of a concrete wall of defense and structure. So it's your past life, this life now and the next life, and it's karma, and what goes around comes around, and it's concrete walls of defense that we learn through death and rebirth and release, because this is a release card. Okay, release the past. To present is the past, and the past is the past, and the present is the present. It relates to the Five of Cups. Okay, turn around bright eyes, but it's illusion. So it's karma. Okay, so it's choice. Happiness is a choice. But this relates to what I talk about on my channel, about concrete walls of defense, of structure, you know, building, which this can talk of. You see, balancing, finding karmic structure of balancing between two people, or it doesn't matter, because this can either be a good card, depends on the clarifying cards. But basically, this is part of the pentacle, okay, and it relates to your past life, this life now, and the next one, and it goes up in a structure of 3, okay. So then we can talk about prime colours, prime time, you know, feeling defensive or not defensive. I don't want to go over too much for you, Virgo, because there's loads on my channel that you can look at, motivational speaking, where I do talk of that. But that to me is inside the tomb of Lucifer. So it can be in a church, but you know, everything was grown and built from below. So I don't want to go too much, but I've picked up on this on a few other signs. So some of you could be poets, you know, or you are collaborating well with a Pisces, or you're not, or a Scorpio, and this can be anywhere in the chart, or an air sign. Gemini Moon, I class the Queen of Swords as Gemini Moon. A new opportunity going towards Gemini, but it can mean air sign. But that's the overall energy. So you're probably looking at past life regression, trying to deal and collaborate and figure something out, because figure that looks like a ballerina to me, right? So that's why I've picked up on figure. You're trying to figure something out, and truth seeking, or someone's telling you the truth, or you're trying to seek it, because that is also the sword of Archangel Michael that he used to slay Lucifer, to send him below. So everything grows from below as a pull and a retraction of codependency. Everything that we are codependent on, new houses, new cars, new everything, it was all built from anything that was, you know. Okay, so we learn to release, and we have transformations in life, and then we can have awakenings that the hangman can talk about. Okay, guidance. Okay, but underneath that too, you have Aquarius, and you have Taurus, and you have Justice and Libra. So something to do with an Aquarius and a Taurus in firm commitment together, trying to find justice and a new direction. I don't want to go over those because we'll clarify the overall energy later, but the King of Swords is somebody that's very wise. It can be controlling, it really does depend later, but it can be very controlling, or it can be someone that's very wise. You see, an emperor looks over kings and queens, but a king and a queen, together or separate, they also look over whatever kingdom it is that they rule too. They rule jesters and jacks, and you know, whatever you want to look at within kind of, you know, 16th century stuff or whatever, but you know, they also rule things. So the king is the counterpart to the queen. So, but together they're kind of, you see, the queen, the king takes on the energy from the queen, is what I'm picking up. Because the queen, this is why I relate this to Gemini Moon, okay, Virgo, is the fact of the bird of freedom, well, which is my spirit animal, but basically it talks of spirit animal, okay? So this is your crown chakra, the crown that they wear, which is your 7th chakra. And when you start to listen to yourself, you realise that your 8th chakra is universal energy. But it's basically yourself telling yourself. Your spirit guides will fly the other side of the veil, and they will come back and tell you the answers when you're alignment with your karma. And things that are hidden from you, they'll all be told to you by yourself, because yourself wrote yourself of the karma that you came here to experience this time reality. So it depends if you believe in past life or this life you know, I'm a medium, so I have, it's not that I don't have a choice, it's just my belief. Okay, I have a Gemini Moon, happiness is a choice, but so the Queen basically takes in the wisdom and the guidance, because that's below the sword of truth, but that's also very spiritual. That is cutting away the darkness within yourself. Someone's either helping you do that because of karma, or you're actually realising a lot of stuff about past life regression and things like that moving forward. And someone's really spiritual in your life, or you are. But what it's doing, it's helping, because you're probably learning to listen to yourself, because that is the double-edged sword that also there, and there's a crown on it, and there's a crown on the Queen, and it's below one another. Okay, I hope you can see, but it is below one another. So this is wise wisdom and very powerful spiritual energy. Okay, so this energy to me then is passed away over to, I hope someone's not passed away, but passed over to this energy, okay, which is the King. So the King learns from also the Queen, that accepts through her crown chakra of listening to herself or someone else, and it's passed over to the King, that he then absorbs in order to give it back to the other people that he leads to, okay, which is below the Hangman, which is the Pisces card, okay. So it's kind of we'll have to see, but it's trying to find wisdom. It's becoming unstuck, because the Hangman is in the upright is feeling stuck and stagnant and trying to find the truth. But in the opposite direction, I suppose, it's just the other way around. There's enlightenment, because the Sun, it seems like the Sun is behind Pisces. Okay, so you could be learning from a Pisces, or I'm a Pisces and you could be learning from me. Okay, but either way, and it could have to do with an Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. Okay, so let's see, because it seems like there's been a transformation, because it's gone this way, and then you have an opportunity. So I haven't got over your cards, but then you have opportunity. So opportunity knocks in many times in life. Okay, but it depends on whether we want to take it for ourselves or not. And this is where we form Aquarius, which is equality of give and take. So we know that sometimes when options come around, you know, because it's also a one, it's an ace and it's a one, comes around to astrology and patterns and cycles of one. Okay, so it's opportunity, but it's also energy, so it's advice. It's like, am I going to take advice and move on, or am I not going to take advice and move on? And that's opportunity, you know, that's opportunity. There's Gemini, you know. So, but it's headed towards the Queen. So that can be Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus, an air sign quality. But to me, that one is Gemini. The King is also Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus, air sign quality. Okay, or a mutable sign, which is yourself, Pisces, Cancer, and Sagittarius. So basically a mutable sign absorbs that energy, they learn it, okay, they go through the pain, and they project it outwardly in a cycle to give it back to people to be a leader. Okay, they cut away the truth of themselves, they cut away the truth of other people, to seek inner wisdom, to go over it in order to transmute that energy and feel it. Okay, right, I've felt this energy, now there's need for a transformation and release, and we push it back out with great intention in order to guide people. Okay, and there's finding equality, there's kind of finding balance through that energy, you know, it's seeking wisdom, but this is wise, the two. You know, some of you could be carers, or you're caring for other people, or somebody is for you, or whatever. But either way, that you're finding the light of day. The light of day could be through a Pisces, because that's the Sun. Okay? Because that's the Sun sign, Pisces, as well, the Hangman. Some people say the Moon, but that's kind of more Cancer, really. But either way. So let's take a look at, what's the most prominent energy here? 7. Let's have a look at the 7. 7 deadly sins, the karma. What's held within one of these cups of karma, please, Spirit? Please show me what's reflection in the karma of the 7 of Cups. Cool. I'm getting cold chills, Virgo. 7 of Cups. 7 of Cups. So you're definitely listening to someone, and it's helping. It's definitely helping. 7 of Cups. Stop. The Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles. So it can mean earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, yourself, or it can mean someone that, a mutable sign that takes on this energy, or anybody. Anybody can be caring and nurturing. This is someone that can be pregnant, or someone that just nurtures what they have. They know what they have and they look down at it at themselves, and they know that they're emotionally stable and that they have good jobs, good finances, that they could be a good mother or father, or, you know, we all have perpetuation of dark and light. We're all feminine and masculine. But this is more of a feminine and masculine because it's a female in this card, but you can be a male, that's holding earth. So meaning something that's stable. So it can mean any sign, this, really. It's just someone that's really caring and nurturing and is helping you through karma. Or you've learnt a lot about karma and you're becoming more relaxed and stable, because it's like, I picked that up as the watery, because the Queen of Cups stares into a cup of water and she's transfixed on this star, which could be Aquarius, and we did have Aquarius there. A star is born, and that is the seed of intention that grows into an ace. Okay, an ace of pentacles that's planted, that creates the perfect partner of someone else that's stable. So someone's realising a lot about their karma or something, which I'm really pleased, Virgo, because it seems like there's a lot of work done here and I haven't got to shout at people. So let's have a look at what the transformation. There you go. What did I say? The ace. The ace that's then created from the seed of intention, of being nurturing, of someone being nurturing to you and caring and giving, because this is giving an opportunity. So there's been a rebirth that is kind of being offered away from the Queen of Pentacles. So you may not be offering it to an earth sign or someone else, and you're offering it in a new direction, because death is also going that way. So there could be a cross match. I can't pinpoint that for you, Virgo, because we have mutable signs or whatever in life. But it's a new direction and an offer that's going towards this kind of energy, which is the King of Swords, okay? Because it's going that way. You know, please believe me when I say, when I read, I just read what I see. But it's going towards the middle parts of the rest of the month, or it could go into December. But it's going towards someone that stands firm in their convictions, okay? That starts to have emotions under control and feelings under control. They start to become more stable as they learn release, and they realise that they have much to offer, to plant, to grow things in life, to become more balanced, to give it back as a quality to other people. Can be YouTube, can be Facebook, can be in life, can be to charity organisations, to work, but generally feeling that you have a lot to give, okay? So that's really good, Virgo. So, oh wow, and you have payday, cha-ching. There you go, Virgo. Seed of intention starts with the seed of intention of being grounded and nurturing, offering it in a new direction because there's been transformation and release, to find someone that's very caring, nurturing and giving. You see, I've said this to a few times, but I can't help but keep looking at this now. You see this here at the bottom? This is like my bed sheets. I can't help but keep telling people, but I can't help but keep picking it up. And that person is an older person that's wise and has that around them. So that's like the King of Pentacles. So basically, there's the king of what I was saying, really. Someone that's very caring and giving and knows how to share his time, shares his energy, you know, shares his finances, but very wise with it. Is not a fool, very wise, and knows how to create stability by giving it back and receiving it. Like very open to receive, but also open to give, which is the King and the Queen of Pentacles in the right direction. But because that's clarified by the King, you've got the Four of Pentacles underneath that too. So we'll take that. Okay, I don't want to go too far into the deck, but I do take from the bottom and the top, okay, sometimes. So that's a happy home life, someone that can raise a family, someone that already has a family, but there's only two people in that. But it doesn't matter, it just basically means, some people say twin flame or whatever, but it's just stability within the home life. Okay, so let's take a look at the Queen. We'll go around as we're going around. Hold on, sorry, no, they're telling me to look at the Ace of Swords. Ace of Swords, okay, Spirit, let's clarify the Ace of Swords, because that's very wise. So that's a 5 of Wands. So that's not feeling so defensive. I mean, it can be play fighting, or it can be no. Because the Ace talks about clarity, okay, and truth and wisdom, and I always relate it to Queens of the Universe by Queen. Okay, so that will probably be your song, because that could be combative energy, but because it talks about truth and seeking wisdom, that's cutting through feeling defensive against other people. So we have the 7 of Swords underneath that. So I mean, it could be trying to get away with something. Someone could be trying to get away with something, fighting, trying to cut away the truth of fighting, but trying to get away with it, and you've now learned and transformed and released and going in a different direction. Or you're just realising that you've found life path number 7 in this channel. Someone's helping you with a life path number 7. That's it, thank you, Spirit. So hopefully it could be this for you, Virgo, because I do know Virgos that watch my YouTube channel. But could be someone that's helping you realise that someone's sneaky or something, and they're helping you become more wise, and they're helping you cut away the truth so you're not so defensive. Okay, so let's have a look at the Queen of Swords now, please, Spirit, for Virgo. Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords. You know, because the overall energy is the 3 of Pentacles, which is collaboration. You know, collaboration with seeking truth and then also still feeling defensive in some way. So it could be at work, you know, because this is also to do with work, you know. Could be combative energy at work, and you're seeking the truth, and you've now moved on, because the sword is like moving on. It's moving away. It's being offered away from. Thank you. It's being offered away from combative energy. So you're now not feeling so defensive, and you're now found something that's very grounded and stable. Okay, so Queen of Swords. Temperance. Sagittarius. So this talks about balance, but we do have, as a collective, we do have Jupiter in Sagittarius at the moment. So a lot of things are going to be going on with Mercury and stuff like that too. Okay, but this is trying to find balance between earth and water, fire and water, and earth too, ish. But it's becoming more balanced because of another air sign quality of what I said about. Could be a Gemini Moon, but could be Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. Okay, and it could be because of what I said about seeking wisdom and wise and influential and stuff. Now you're listening to yourself and you're becoming more balanced. So someone could have a moon sign Gemini or a moon sign Sagittarius. That could be the connection, or some moon rising or Venus. You know, you got to. I have to say what I see. But it's making someone feel more balanced and caring, nurturing and giving. So someone's realising that about you, or you them, or either way round. Okay? Because I used to see that as the sun, but it's actually a crown. There's a crown here and a crown here and a crown here. So there's 3 crowns. So someone could be throned or dethroned or crowned king, I'm picking up. I don't know why. Someone could be going to the dentist and having crowns. Having either 3 crowns or a crown root chakra. Roots. Someone could be something to do with the dentist, maybe. Don't know why I was hearing that, but that's what came up because of the crowns, I just noticed. But basically, you know, we have a lot going on now astrologically too. So that's kind of finding balance, yeah, and dropping a burden. Because it's a 10. It's an ending of a beginning and the beginning of the end. But let's look further into temperance. Yeah, King of Pentacles. So there you go. Sorry, I have to mention this again, but my bed sheets. Okay, someone that's like very grounding, you know, stable, nurturing. You know, the Queen and the King, and you've got the Queen and the King of Swords. So you've got two wise because there's no bad energy. So you've got the King and the Queen and the King of Pentacles. So that's someone that is real stable, you know, that doesn't mess around in life. They don't need to show it, or they just feel it internally, because it's an internal grounded feeling, you know, very stable. Someone that's really good with finances, can be the mother and the father too, you know, doesn't cheat or manipulate, is just knows himself really well. Okay, he knows what he has to offer in love or finances and raising a family, and he feels it internally because he's a king. You know, he's a king. He's separate to the Queen, but he is a king regardless because it's an individual energy. So it can be sun, moon or rising, or it can be someone that can take on this energy. It doesn't matter. People stick with star signs. You don't need to. And you have the 9 of the Queen of Pentacles underneath that too. So wow, Virgo, you seem to have been doing some great work. So let's have a look at that 9 of Pentacles represents Scorpio to me, but I do say that in another one. So the Queen of Wands. Well, please tell me the Queen of Kings as well. No. The Queen of Wands, which is the access to the Akashic records of what I talk about on other readings, is very wise, influential, and fire and passionate about it. Sagittarius, but can be anything within your chart to do with fire, because it's Sagittarius, because that's Sagittarius, you know, temperance. But it's the, you know, ancient ruler of Pisces too, but that's why it's water. But yeah, sorry if you want to know. I'm forgetting now. Sagittarius, which is Jupiter. We do have Jupiter. I just spoke about Jupiter. Okay, Jupiter brings in reward of Saturn's work of what you do to learn. Ticks within retrograde of ticking your effort. Keeps an eye on it. Basically looks. And if you've done extremely good work and you've released and you've kind of noticed and you take steps and you realise things that you have to do, then Jupiter brings in the reward. Okay. If you haven't done steps and you haven't, then it don't, and it leads you into karmic cycles, which would be Saturn that's also watching too. So that's where you can lead yourself into illusion, and then karma just goes up. You know, sometimes people think that they're really happy and stable in something, and then it comes about. That's karma. Karma can't be seen. That's why it's blind. It's the 2, you know, 2 of Swords. You're blinded thinking, and you haven't undone things, and then all of a sudden, bam, fuck. Shit, and why the fuck did that stable foundation crumble? You know, because that's karma. That's just written law. You know, it's written law of past life, this life, and next. That's probably why the overall energy is the 3. So we'll clarify that. But that's the 1 wand is this 1 wand here. So it's fire and passionate direction towards. Well, it's not. It's looking. The Queen is looking over at someone that's very caring and giving and knows about equality. Okay, equality. So it's reflection. See, because it's a 6, but it's reflection of the past. It's reflection of what Aquarius brings. You know, becoming more stable, but more. You're stripped down as Aquarius. You're bare. That's what the star represents. Okay, and you realise loads about your karma, and you strip it all back, and you become the change, and you become more of yourself to become grounded and stable and nurturing. You know, you have to take steps whether you make a mistake or not. You have to can't fear mistakes. You have to push forward regardless to become the best that you can. That's yin and yang. You know. Excuse me, Virgo. Again, and you have a 7 of. So yeah, you have the 7, the 6, and the 7. So the new seed of intention that's grown through this reading is another 7. But it's the field that grows, but because, like I have to say, but it's my life path number, right? So basically this one pentacle that constantly drops is how I use that energy now through, because this is your karma for your life path, okay, your life path. But you realise as this energy that this pentacle that lies beneath you is your pentacle that you can do that with. You can divide this pentacle and plant it again in order to give it back as a quality to become more grounded, stable, nurturing, and this seed then can go into many different fields of where you can become very creative and wise and influential, and you can have your hand in many different fields. You know, you could do YouTube, Facebook, you know, a caring job or whatever jobs people do, because that is about caring, giving. You're just a caring person naturally and you give it to people with wisdom, or you're just a very loving person, and this can be you or them, okay? But that can be planted in many fields, because that's what that is. You know, you're waiting on something but you're not recognizing something because it is below you. It's ready for growth. It's the seed of intention that we grow through soul growth and wisdom. We're learning release of past life structures, of the wall of defense of time. Time is only metaphysics. You can't see it, right? You can't see time. It's not, oh look, there's a couple of seconds gone by. You only notice because people are walking by. But if we didn't have the hands of time that follow, a structure, a protocol, we'd have to use our intuition, right? That's why it relates to the hangman. We'd have to get up on time, or jobs and that wouldn't all fluctuate round a structure, because your intuition couldn't be that strong. Think, right, at 7 o'clock in the morning, boss, you've got to get up and go to work. Well, your body clock probably would eventually. You know, we would become extremely wise if we didn't have time that we followed, right? Or other people's belief system. You know, I always say, you know, never listen to me, or never believe, but just believe in yourself is the most important thing. You know, you use a guide, but the most important thing you can ever do is believe in yourself, Virgo, you know. So let's have a quick look at the Six of Pentacles. Yeah, wow, there you go. A star is born. Some of you could be a star seed. There's a lot of pentacles of growth here, Virgo. So a star is born. This is a very spiritual card, because this is the one seed of intention of soul growth. Of it can, some people say an immature energy, but this one's really not to me, because the guy on here, the guy or girl, okay, he doesn't look like, is like, look at me, kind of like some of the other pages do, right? You know what those are. But this one is kind of like really thinking about something stable. You know, he's really kind of thinking about an offering of something stable. So you could realise that you're a light worker or a starseed, okay? Or someone is. But it's the seed of intention that seems to have grown through this deck, but backwards, but forward. So through that, from going to the 6, that makes 7. 6 and 7. Okay, so we've got quite a lot of 7/7s here, which is very, very lucky. It's very lucky. But it's the seed of intention that's now going out towards the end of November. So someone's done a lot of work. It could be working, and you're now realising that something that you have is stable, or you're thinking of expansion and expanding a little bit further towards December. Because there's a lot of work stuff here too. You know. So let's have a quick look at the overall energy of why. And then we'll check the hangman. Spirit, what do you want me to clarify? Sorry, I'm having a word with myself. Okay, let's have a quick look at why the hangman is in reverse, please. I thought I put all the cards all upright, and it was the only card that wasn't. Well, there might be another one, but it should be. So, how can we write? Wants me to take that one. Justice. Gemini, I was saying about Gemini, didn't I? Gemini. Justice. So Libra, finding justice and balance. Finding balance through a stable, and the Sun in Pisces, of structure of now becoming more balanced, because this is balanced. This is a lot of wow, that's some good fucking work. That's some good work, you know. That really is. But that's for overall, I mean, that is the Libra, but that's, you know, Libras are very important to the universe of balancing themselves out, because when a Libra is balanced, it creates stability within the karmic law, you know, within karmic law, because it's karmic law and written. Is realizing in a court of law, basically, if you look at law, or if you look at, if we look at people that steal, like literally in life that steal, and they're within the law, okay, the actual law, not karmic law, but law. If someone, you know, because you can do things so many times when you rob, or you kill people, or you fucking do something like really bad in life. You know, the people, they only get away with it for a certain period of time before they actually get caught doing it, and they go to court, literal court, and they get sent to prison. And then it goes through the court of law, the justice system, to find overall justice for the balance of what you did wrong. So you pay for your sins, you pay for what you was doing, basically. But then when you look at that outside the box, like Pisces, we realise about past life karma and walls of defence, and become less defensive, of becoming more balanced and structured. Okay, that's basically the general overview. So that's Pisces and Libra. So you could be interested in Libra, or Libra's interested in a Pisces, or vice versa, Sun, Moon, Rising, or someone grounded and stable and nurturing that seems to have learnt a fucking lot. Right, but this is Gemini, so this is happiness is a choice. Okay, so Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus, but finding, basically, if you come out of the star card signs, that is choice and decision. Choice and decision. And that's probably why underneath we have karma, karmic choice, choosing one way, left, right, or air sign quality. Okay, you also have the moon, I'm noticing up there. The moon, I can't remember what's happening during astrology. So busy, I can't fucking keep up at the minute. I'm trying to keep up with my own things, Virgo. But justice, so it just means decision, decision, and decision. Of, well, I'll try to look at it two ways. So decision of not feeling so combative, and because that can be a childish energy, you know, they're children that are playing in a playground type thing, or feeling defensive, or play fighting, or just like time wasting, like, because they're standing there on their own, but what's time, you know, well, there's no buildings around saying, right, come on in, you know. So it's either like not feeling so defensive and now seeking the truth, or found the truth within yourself, and you're cutting away dark energies of the dark passenger that lies within us all. Yeah, it's my job, drag people out, kicking and screaming. I'm always dressed in black mainly, but you know, dragging people out of karma, dragging them out left, right, and centre to help people, to give it back, to become this kind of energy, you know, lead the pack. So decision, the sun is under that, you know, the sun is under that. 7 of Wands. God, and the Aquarius. Right, so let's have a quick look. So that's not feeling so defensive anymore. Found the sun, the light of day, you know, through decision. But you see, Virgo and Pisces have great connection too. It depends whether it is within Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus, but you know, it's because they're opposite ends of the scale of each other. So it depends within the karma that pulls you towards your Sun, Moon, or Rising. You know, your Rising always connects with Sun, basically. Because the Sun of that, and we had the Sun, okay. But I'll do videos for this if people get a bit confused with it's just karma, you know. It's release, it's death, transformation, and being stable. So let's have a look at 3 of Pentacles, please. Wow, you lot, Pisces. Who else? Pisces. Now Virgo. Cancer, I think. Can't remember. But I'm becoming more grounded and stable and really relaxing myself. But I've got so much going on astrologically as well, you know, with Jupiter in Aries in my birth chart. And I've got Black Moon Lilith somewhere too, I think. Evil bitch, if you know about astrology. But that's talking about me. But Virgo, again, okay, Virgo, actual Virgo sign. But I have talked about the different impigments of the hangman of enlightenment, of the wisdom, seeking wisdom, and then the Five of Cups that also impigment of a cycle, of a chain. But the oil quality Virgo, because the Virgo seeks inner wisdom of past life regression, of realising things about time, reality, space, obviously finding enlightenment that kind of stuff is true, you know, because that's truth seeking of oneself, of realising, of release, of becoming, having clarity. So it is overall, you know. We'll check on the Hermit one more time and say, I got my mind set on you. That's what I just heard. Who was that? From the Beatles. And a cup, walking, seeking inner guidance from pain, maybe that way, and then a cup being offered this way. But these can be, you know, knights and the beginning of the deck pages, you know, they're just like offers. It's like a thought or a start, because it's the overall energy. It's a thought, intention. It's the same as a seed. It grows, you know, it grows with the sun. It shines over your field of enlightenment, Pisces, the hangman, and it's just an offer, you know, but you never know. Virgo, oh God, help, I keep saying that. But, and then you've got the Six of Cups underneath that. Soulmate energy. Reflection. There's going to be a lot of reflection during Mercury retrograde and stuff that's coming up the rest of this month, or December, I think. So we've got a lot going on astrologically, but it talks of reflection. There's a lot of reflection through karma, obviously, and through wisdom, through swords of truth, you know. But anyway, Virgo, that is your reading. If there are any songs, they will be in the description like every other sign, and it will probably be the one that I just tried to sing to you like a backwards cat. But anyway, Virgo, much love. Please share, like, and subscribe, and join the revolution of dark and light, of what we're also teaching people on camera about how time is created. Metaphysics, am I really here? Check that one out, that'll probably blow your mind. A lot about pain and pinpointing things of time and feelings. But there's a lot there that you can check out, and there's a lot of other things in the description called Becoming the Change, from feminine to masculine, masculine back to feminine, feminine back to masculine, of past life regression. Okay. Hey Virgo, right, I really just wanted to add this because I was noticing it as I was editing, okay, as I was talking about that. Now, my soul sister, she's like my sister. We just are inseparable. We always come back together, right? Now, I was, and my best friend, like my soul sister, is a Virgo rising, right? Now, she is, Caroline, if you're watching it, Cass, she is a carer, okay, and she works in a care home. So that's like equality of what I was talking about. Equality, there's a lot of equality of give and take, what I'm talking about. But she's a carer in a care home, so this energy would represent her, right? But another friend that I know that is also called Caroline, that you should be watching this, she is also a carer, but she is now just set off on a venture on her own and became independent. Okay, so this is to also both of you, that because of Virgo and Pisces are a lot alike, they're a lot alike, but it depends in your chart. So I give my best friend a lot of wisdom and help in the best way I can, and we have a lot of fucking talks, and we get on like a house on fire. Right? So there's a lot of equality here where I can see this within a vision of what's going on, where I've got to add this because it also goes on Facebook, where I also help my friends out as well. Okay. And my best friend will probably, she'll watch this because I'm going to make her watch it. But Caroline, that's just left, okay, brilliant. You're doing great. You are doing so well because of combative energy that you've probably felt at work, okay? Don't be ashamed to admit things in life, okay? You can't fear. Fear can't be seen, right? It can't be seen, and that's why you move away, okay? So don't worry about people because you are doing fucking fantastic at work. So relate it to work. Work is great because you've realised, because work is also karma and money is also karma, okay? So you've realised a lot and you've moved away. You've moved away and you are now found stability in what it is you're doing. I know you're getting pissed off with driving where we are because I'm stuck in traffic all day long, right? And that's probably why you may be a little bit also on the other end of the scale, a little bit kind of like stressed, okay? But the seed of intention of what you're doing is also caring, as where I work with children and I also care for many different people as well, but I also am a carer that I also do as a part-time job, driving. But you do it in a different manner. So it's relating a lot to the Pisces and the Virgo, okay? So basically you're doing extremely well because payday is coming up very soon, okay? And you are finding stability within you and your partner. And this goes to both of my soul sister and my friend, okay? It's creating something happy in the home life. It doesn't always mean money because it means caring and sharing and equality, but it also means payday too. So it's creating more stability within you, which is good because it's reflection. You know, I do talk to my friend a lot about what we got coming up astrology wise, and me and my best friend have fucking shitloads of laughs about weird science because she's Sagittarius. Sagittarius is also here, okay, and there, temperance, okay, and we have a lot of laughs about, God, we constantly have a laugh about films and stuff and coming to America and stuff. Right. Sorry, Virgo, but I've got to do this for my friends as well. Because it might relate to you. But there's a lot of equality and great work because you've realised things. Like my best friend just likes to do things by herself too, you know. And which is great because we realise through life, okay, that work and money and finances and home lives and karma, it resides in everything. It's periods of growth and learning, all right, that we need to move on in certain directions in life because it's just karma. It's what we're here to experience in the Three of Pentacles, because that could have been in the house. You know, they'll know what I mean, in the house. And working together is also collaborating with other people. And it's took within yourself, within my friend's sun sign of Virgo and my soul sister's rising sign of Virgo. And it's just basically you're now walking towards prosperity because we had the sun through the deck, I'm sure we did. And the sun is the wisdom of what comes from the head of Pisces, but that looks like it's the sun that's shining behind, but it's not. That's clarity. But when you're a psychic reader, you go with what you see in the pictures. Okay, but coming out of December, you may find a new opportunity within the same field. Now you're both carers. One of them's gone independent. Okay, so you're expanding. So you'll probably find more work in something that you're doing, because the seeds of intention can be planted many a times within the seven of where I can help you, you help me, and together we create alchemy and equality. Okay, it's both. So I want 50 quid off of each of you. Right? I'm kidding. Well, no, I'm not. I do. but you're walking towards equality. You know, it's a face off with yourself of caring, nurturing, giving. Seeds of intention are just planted to create a chain and a cycle. Seed of intention starts with what we manifest from our moon, from our sun sign, but then it's the seed of intention that's implanted within our head of our intentions of what we're pushing out to intend good or evil on one another. You know, it's release. It's sun and moon. It's the dark side of your moon and the moon of your sun and your rising and your Venus. It's just, and your chart in general. But great work to my friends. Great work to Virgo in general. This is also for YouTube, but I needed to add that part on for Facebook for my friends. So well done, Virgo. Extremely well pleased and proud of you all. And please follow all the likes and description. I've cut that bit off, so I'm going to have to add it again. There's loads of things in the description for you to follow called Becoming the Change. Okay, from masculine to feminine, feminine to masculine. Okay, where I do poetry and writing, but that's further on down the list. There's also videos and stuff and whatnot. And there are also 2 private links to to Broken Hearts Beat the Most in the Comic Book Shadows. They're private links to private Facebook pages that I haven't really dealt with too much, but there will be stuff added at some point when there's enough of a following. And please like and share and check out your song that is in the description. That will be I Got My Mind Set on You, because it only takes money, a whole lot of spending money. It's gonna take plenty of money to do it right, child. Right? That is extremely bad and I sound like a backwards cat, but who cares, right? So well done. Okay, so please like, share and subscribe, and I wish you all well, and I will see you next month. Okay, peace.